Fall is about to descend upon us. I can feel it. The ground is steaming. We lose 80 minutes of daylight this month, and the month's almost over, so the daylight's almost over. Yesterday was the first day back post immersion camp, and I'm trying to get the team in the right mindset for what we're about to do. And normally, for the past decade plus, I guess since Origin's inception, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, I have everybody hold their hand up like this. Because the fourth quarter is where we win, where we have to win. We're always forced into the fourth quarter, and we're always the comeback kings in the fourth quarter. It's just the way our business is. But I said something to the team that kind of made them shudder a little bit, and especially my wife Amanda. I said the only thing that's guaranteed about the perfect plan is it's going to be wrong. It's the only thing that's guaranteed. And I am not a pessimist. I am an optimist. My glass is always half full. There's always a solution. There's always a way out. But putting that out there for the team, it kind of silenced the room, because it's going to set in motion a mindset of we have no excuses but to win. So if our flannel fabric right now is late on delivery because the mill that's weaving it for us in Massachusetts, they're having to work on some military stuff, and so we're pushed out. So that product, that fabric, that textile, the heavy flannel is going to be late. And there are some other things, and I also said to the team, we don't need anything to win the year. We don't need anything else. Now, yes, we all want to build this holistic offering. We're trying to level load our factories and to level load our seasonality. Level loading is basically continuity and consistency throughout the year, right? Knowing our busy seasons are Q1 and Q4, but our slow season is Q2, Q3, but we have to make everything for Q4, Q1, right? So it's trying to bring that pit up so it's more level loaded. And if we level load the business, and that's our initiative for 2026, then we level load the factory, and we don't have to expand and contract our factories. So it's a big initiative, and I don't think we need anything really new to do that, but we have a lot of newness in Q4, and you can get so fixated on shiny things, right? You can get so fixated on what we're doing next. You know, we got this sneaker project. We've got these new heritage cotton jeans. We've got new color and flannel. You get so fixated on that you take for granted the things that you have, and we certainly have done that before. And you know, once an annuity is built, like Jiu-Jitsu gis, we take for granted. It's kind of an annuity. We know how many we're going to sell, so we don't push it as hard as we need to, or promote it, or market it. Same thing with our denim business. It's a really strong business, and you can't take that for granted. And sometimes we do take that for granted, because we know they're best in class products, and we know there's plenty of consumers out there that want to move from their cheap and cheerful Chinese goods to American-made reliability, right? So you can get target fixation on the newness, and so the only thing that's guaranteed about a perfect plan is it's going to be wrong. And so we've got to think about how we run a parallel path or a tertiary parallel path, right? And I do like the term no plan B. When you're going in and you're doing something and you're casting a long-term strategic vision and you're diving in and you're head first, arms tucked, I do love that. By the way, my wife served me one of her famous cappuccinos this morning, so my brain is a little bit on fire. But I love that. I love diving in. But once you're in, once you've taken the risk on yourself and or whatever this thing is you need to get out of your head, this purpose thing, this power of purpose-driven thing, you do have to have parallel paths on how you're going to get there. Because sometimes you might get pushed off the rails and end up going through the freaking jungle to get back on the path. That's going to happen in business, and your plan is going to be wrong. I talked about this a month or two ago when I first started this vlog podcast thing, whatever this freaking thing is I'm doing. I talked about this, and your ability to see, realize, and pivot, and I use the word pivot. If you expect for something to go wrong, I'm not saying you're going to manifest it going wrong. That's not what I'm saying here. But when you're doing something, and why it's really hard to do something, especially in business and life, and take a risk, and what people are scared of is the unknown and making the mistakes. When you're doing something like that, it's going to be imperfect. It is what it is. There's no perfect plan. The biggest companies in the world, they deal with issues. They deal with supply chain issues. They deal with HR issues, or manufacturing issues, marketing issues. I mean, look at all these brands that have made big mistakes on their campaigns and awareness. I think if you look at the ones that are in the news these days, I think it was Budweiser maybe, or Bud Light. They did this campaign and they abandoned their core demographic. You have Harley Davidson, which I don't think is doing a very good job of keeping the attention of their core demographic. And when you abandon your core, and you've heard me say, you gain customer trust in drips, and you lose it in buckets. And these words came from Kip Folks, one of my business partners. You gain it in drips and you lose it in buckets. This is probably one of the most meaningful statements ever said to me when it comes to customer expectations, customer retention, and delighting the customer. You gain it in drips and you lose it in buckets. And if you think about that, you're really thoughtful about what you do. And really, that's all that matters. And so when you're pivoting around problems and issues that arise, because they're going to arise, you have to be customer focused, customer centric. The customer doesn't see what's going on inside your enterprise. Like they don't see. And of course, my philosophy is, if you show them what's going on, and they ride it with you, they ride those emotions with you, then you're going to build a stronger bond, because they're truly part of it. Just like this right here, bringing you inside of the enterprise. We're building a bond. I'm sharing what's inside my mind with you. It's unfiltered and transparent, and I'm not going to share everything, right? Like, not everything. Good morning. Can I get a small cappuccino with caramel flavoring?
Yeah, sure.
Apple Pay too. Got it. Good. Thanks.
Yep.
Holy shit, I lost my thought completely. Customer centric, customer matters. This is Lily again. Still doesn't have her Origin hoodie on. I've been hassling her every time I come here. If you ever come to Aroma Joe's in Farmington, Maine, ask who Lily is, and then ask her why she's not wearing her Origin hoodie. All right, it'd be funny if like hundreds of people did that. We actually had a guy at our immersion camp show up the last day, and he had a bandage on his leg, and he took the bandage off, and he got the Wave of Freedom tattooed on his shin bone. It was just crazy. Like other brands, that Origin, that Wave of Freedom, it means something. And if you think of other brands that people tattoo on their bodies, you could think of like Harley Davidson. There's some bands. There's Nike is one of them. Actually, Disney is the most tattooed brand people put on their body, which is crazy. I don't think I want freaking Mickey Mouse on my arm. So that when you put something on your body, that truly is somebody riding this thing with you. Like, they're so connected to your vision, to your mission, to what you're doing. It's so embedded in their DNA. They actually want to physically manifest that through a tattoo. Lily, I just told everybody on this camera, come to Aroma Joe's in Farmington, Maine, and ask Lily why she doesn't wear an Origin hoodie ever.
It's finally in my clean clothes.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
I have to put them away though when I get home.
All right.
Have a great day.
You too. See ya.
Thank you.
My wife's gonna think I'm cheating on her with this coffee because she made me a wonderful cappuccino this morning, which I ravenously consumed, and that's why I only got a small, because I got a backup here. So a lot of times, most of the time, all the time, brands are showing you what they want you to see so that you formalize your opinion around the hype, the aesthetic, the dopamine that they are creating for you, which is, it's all a false narrative. There are some brands, and you can build a brand two ways. You can do it through story, or you can do it through product. There's really only two ways you can lead, I should say. You've got to have product, obviously, but you can lead with story, or you can lead with product. I love the brand On. I think they're made in Switzerland. That sneaker brand, they're a brand that leads with the product, not story. So they lead with product and innovation, and like the technical side of it. They're pushing the boundaries of sneaker manufacturing. So that's a good example of a brand that leads with product. And if they were to bring you inside their brand, hopefully they're showing you the whole kind of behind the scenes of how they're developing their sneaker sole and what it's supposed to do, their cloud technology. It's all very, very cool. But there are no brands that do this really good these days. I think the brands that exist, you could call them legacy is a good word. I think legacy brands, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Puma, who else is there? I mean, all of them. You could talk about all the brands. They're legacy minded. They're not, they won't bring you into their world. They conquer through legacy types of media, legacy types of advertising, and legacy relationships with mass distribution and retail accounts. And so that is, all these brands had to build their companies a certain way. In the blue ocean strategy behind what we're doing it's the opposite. It's people want more information. People want to be brought into the fold. They want to know. Because folks are seeking knowledge, not hype, right? So give me knowledge. Give me something to sink my teeth into. Let me ride it with you, and that's the future. That's what I believe the future is. So that's the idea. That's the concept. That's the model I'm betting on. No one has bet on this model yet, and in 10 or 20 years, when folks are watching this vlog, podcast thing, whatever it is, this free association, my stream of consciousness, I believe they're going to say Origin was one of the first ones to do this. They changed the model. They took heritage and history, and they reinvigorated it. They brought it back to life. They breathed life back into that thing, but using technology and the frictionless communication opportunity, the free communication, to bring their customers on their journey. And this truly was the switch that flipped. And I think some of these legacy brands will die off, and I think we're going to eat their market share, and we're going to do it all in America without compromise. And no other brand is going to follow us there, because we're going to take them so deep to the depths of the ocean. The pressure is going to be too great. They're going to explode under the pressure. That's jiu-jitsu. I want to put you under the ice, and I want you to feel like you are drowning. That's that savage entrepreneur capitalist in me. I don't want you to breathe. I want you to drown. I want you to feel yourself drowning underneath the pressure, right? And right now we're not on top, we're on bottom. And so in jiu-jitsu, when you're on bottom, whoever's on top, I want them to feel like they're skating on ice and they can't catch their balance. I want them all over the place, off balance, planting their hands. And so as a small, scrappy brand, and jiu-jitsu is really designed for smaller, weaker people, to take advantage of monsters. It's David and Goliath is what it's designed for. There's so many Goliaths out there, so many brands that are Goliaths, but I know they're watching. I know they're watching what we're doing. I know because some of them have reached out to us, like Levi's asked us if we could make jeans for them. We had another big brand reach out about some other things. I can see who's looking at us, online, on LinkedIn. Like we see, and that just, if they're watching, and I don't give a shit what anybody's doing. I don't pay attention to like any competitors or I don't care. And I used to say this to people, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago, and they're like, you've got to pay attention to your competitors. Why? We're doing what we're doing. Any attention that's given to anybody else is a distraction from what we're trying to do, what I'm trying to do. So why? We focus on the here, the now, the what we're doing, the vision that's being cast, and walking and living into that thing. That's what's important. So, we've got to be thoughtful with how we're getting there. We've got to get up every day like we're the underdog, maniacal underdog, and our ass is on fire because we're still a startup every single day. And the only thing that's guaranteed about the perfect plan is it's going to be wrong. And this I know, and this my team knows. And so that tertiary parallel path, right? Having all these options, because you're going to get pushed left and you're going to get pushed right, making sure you're still moving forward. You have enough forward momentum to plow through to whatever's next. Morning thoughts, partly caffeinated. I got to get it. Peace.